Hi, welcome to another edition of See Goddess Says with Goddess Cecilia. I apologize for being MIA, but it's been kind of busy. But I've gotten some amazing questions that I wanted to share. Um, the first question is, if you have amazing orgasms by yourself all the time, is it harder to have them with your partner? Um, I don't think there's necessarily like a yes or no easy answer to that. I think that if you know what feels good to you, then you want to share that with your partner. You want to show them, this sort of sensation feels a lot better versus that one. Um, you like circular movements as opposed to up and down movements, that sort of thing. I don't think that it should make you feel like your partner, doesn't know what they're doing. I think that it gives you a reason to have an open conversation about, what feels good. Now I have heard, and I know that there's this certain thing called the grip of death for guys. Some guys are so used to masturbating so intensely, like holding on for dear life. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know if you're thinking you're gonna lose it or something. I don't know, but you want to, tell your partner, I'm really used to this sort of sensation. Maybe show them, how to hold your penis, how to stroke it. um, Let them know, that you're willing to figure out what works for the both of you. um, Definitely try out a masturbation toy, something like a sleeve, that would kind of create new sensations and you can start getting used to, a softer sort of touch. um, those would be my recommendations for the guys. For the women, I definitely feel like that's great that it feels good. Talk about it with your partner. Let them know. I think that's a really important thing. It shouldn't make it harder for your partner. It should in fact make it easier, in my personal opinion. Okay. The second question that I got um, is, I've never orgasmed. Am I normal? Um, well, first of all, I think normal is a very subjective thing. I think that normal, the word itself, um, makes people feel not normal. So strike that from your vocabulary, even. Um, I think that there's a misconception that um, if you are having sex, male female sex, and during penetration you're not orgasming, that there's something inherently wrong with you. And that's definitely not the case. 85% of women, uh, approximately, can only have clitoral stimulation based orgasms. So, you know, if you're having sex and your clitoris isn't being stimulated, then you're not necessarily going to have an orgasm. Um, so I definitely think that there's also a lot of other things that can be taken into account. Sometimes we have so many things going on in our heads that it prevents us from kind of connecting with the physical part. Um, and there might be a little block. And you might need to learn to be more comfortable with your body, with some of the sensations that you're feeling. If it feels bad, communicate that with your partner. If it feels really good, tell your partner that that feels really good. Um, if you've never orgasmed um, while you've masturbated, I think, I would definitely want to know more. Like, are you stopping yourself? Um, are you just not sure what it feels like? I definitely recommend, if you have really close friends, feel free to talk with them about it if you feel comfortable with that. And some of your girlfriends could really give some amazing advice on like what it feels like for them, um, that sort of thing. And everyone, I feel like, doesn't necessarily have the same type of orgasm. So it might not be this like, oh my gosh, amazing thing where you're like unable to move for like 20 minutes or whatever. It could be like a really quick sensation and then you're ready to go, move about your day. Um, so I think that it leaves room for you to get to know your body. It leaves room for you to figure out really what turns you on. Feel free to read some erotica, check out some porn, find out what it is that turns you on. So I want to end on the point that normal is such a subjective thing. What feels good for you definitely might not be what feels good for someone else. Um, so it's really good to kind of figure that out. Being, younger, like college age, I feel like there's a lot of room still to figure that stuff out. There's a lot of pressure to, once you're in college, it's like, oh, you should know this stuff. And it's like, you really shouldn't, it's people are still learning this stuff, well into their 30s and 40s and 50s. And even then, like, your body's still changing. And so whatever feels good starts changing. Um, so keep that in mind. Don't be too hard on yourself. Um, I'm definitely a believer in the power of an amazing orgasm. Uh, so, you know, I believe that finding what feels good is extremely important. So, with that, um, feel free to email any more questions to goddesscecilia@gmail.com. And otherwise, I'll see you all on the flip side.